Hey everyone, I just wanted to give a really quick intro for the video that you're just about to watch. A couple days ago, I had an idea for a thought experiment about social media, and I wanted to really implement that in the street question format that, a lot of people do, including myself, and it conjured up some pretty interesting conversations. So I don't want to give away too much at the outset, so you guys just tell me what you think in the comments below when you watch the video. I think there were some pretty fun moments. Speaking of which, the video begins with one of those fun moments where we were actually filming the second intro for the video because I had flubbed a line during the first take, and just as we were beginning to film the second one, the second take for the intro, I was just flanked by two random people. It was not scripted, and the video just goes from there. So anyway, it was a lot of fun to make. So please tell me what you think below, and I'll see you guys soon.
Actually, I mean, I kind of liked everything from that, if I'm being honest. Are they walking up behind me? Yeah, I had a feeling. You asked me if it was going to be an issue, and I said no. Why would it be an issue?
It's not an issue. Why would it be? Why would it ever be an issue? I don't think it's an issue. I think you should just.
Actually,
stay where you.
yeah, you guys stay right there. You guys flank me. Stay right there.
Sounds great. Just stay right. I'm just frame you guys on.
Just frame you guys in, yeah.
Go for it.
So social media, if we were to disconnect from it, what would that look like individually? What do you guys think about that?
I don't know what I'm thinking about. What, you want to describe a little bit further? What
Sure,
you're talking
yeah.
about?
Yeah, do you use social media?
No, I do not.
At all?
So I
Not
use
at all.
social media a little bit. I use Instagram, Snapchat.
Okay. So I'll walk between you guys and I'm talking my back. Okay.
I think that's very interesting.
So if social media were to disappear, let's say you wake up tomorrow morning and social media is just gone, what do you think the impact would that be individually, and what do you think that would mean for society in general?
So I think the impact on itself would be massive because so many people have based their incomes around social media and everything that, just revolves around that.
Sure.
The impact on the general public would be devastating.
What do you think, man?
You know what I think is there's a lot of people that are plugged into social media these days, right?
Yeah.
And to be completely honest with you, I think that a lot of people have just been consumed by it. And I think that we should all just become one. Just come together as a people and say, what the f going on, man?
What if it disappeared? Like, what do you think would happen?
My perfect world. That's what would happen.
That is very true, though. Like, everything would become more grounded. People would start using,
It's almost like we didn't
more
have
basic communication skills.
signals.
Yeah.
It's really smoke signals.
And I lived a lot of my youth without social media, and I loved it. I don't know how old you guys are, but like I didn't have it when I was young.
I didn't need it in my youth either.
A lot of people would go crazy because they adapt all these habits over the time, and they just can't live without these habits.
Would they not be able to recover though? Like, I mean, the initial shock I get, but like, I'm sorry.
I think people would be able to recover from being addicted to social media. I've never been addicted to social media, but I think that from my friends that I've seen that have just stopped completely,
Yeah.
I think the world could be a better place if people stop just looking at titties on the internet.
Okay.
That's the third time you've referenced titties.
I love titties, all right? So, yes, I do. I do.
Okay, I'm such a good meme. Yeah.
I think that if people stop looking at conspiracy theories and titties on the internet, I think it's good. I know, well, titties in real life is better than titties on the internet for people. For people in general. It's like free the nipple, right? I'll free my nipples if you'll free yours.
Mine are free, believe me. Social media. You don't use social media, do you?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay. If you woke up tomorrow and it was gone, what would happen?
Just go back to the old ways that we used to do before there was social media.
Well, there would be some initial hiccups. No, it wouldn't just be like a clean shit.
No,
It would just be like, oh, that went over.
well, it wouldn't be a smooth transition, that's for sure. It wouldn't be a smooth transition. It was something that people would have to adapt to.
Yeah.
And it would be very stressful. It would be very stressful, and I think it would turn everything upside down.
Do you think people would ever recover, or they would just want to go back? They would want to recreate it, right?
Yeah, they would. Definitely.
Do you think they'd want to go back to before social media? Because most of them had never experienced it, right?
Do I think that people would want to go back to the way things were before social media?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe some people would, but I wouldn't. I mean, I don't think most people would.
So the reaction would be so strong that they would just say, listen, we got to recreate this. We got to bring it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
What do you think that says about us?
Well, I think it says that humans we're creatures who have the need to connect with other people. We have that need. That's in our DNA. We want to connect with others. And social media is a way that a more efficient and effective way of doing it than we had ever had before.
Do you think it's an addiction as opposed to an actual, like a healthy social engagement?
It can be an addiction, but that's because it's in our DNA to want to connect with other people, as many people as possible.
Do you think it's designed to be addicted though?
Design, maybe. It might be designed to be addictive.
Who created it?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
They probably knew that it would be something that people would become addicted to because of human nature is to want to connect.
Thanks, man. Were you eating cottage cheese?
No,
What is that?
this is just kale.
Kale?
Yeah, and carrots.
And a fucking... Let me see it. Oh, shit. Okay. I thought you were eating yogurt.
No, it's was yogurt.
Oh, okay. All right.
If not yogurt now.
I'm just asking people... it's a kind of like a thought experiment. If social media disappeared, let's say you went to bed tonight and when you woke up in the morning, you woke up, social media was just gone. What do you think the initial reaction would be, both from yourself individually and from society? And what do you think would be like the further reaching implications of it being gone?
I would feel free because I'm an influencer and I don't have to work from the internet. No one else would. So we all would have to go get normal jobs. And I think because it's an addictive thing, people would go fucking crazy. Like they just go ballistic because the endorphins that they get from that, without that, it's like withdrawal from a drug. Okay. So then people would get really bored and start breaking shit or doing riot.
So that's interesting. You would feel free even though it's your entire livelihood is on there.
Yeah, because
financially and otherwise.
I don't feel responsible. I don't feel entitled to something that's out there. And because I work off of there, it also causes me to be a part of that addiction. I don't want it. But because I have to work with social media stuff, I'm kind of forced to. Without that and without nobody on it, then I would be free. Because I don't have to think about what other people are doing, what it's going on with their life. And every time I scroll, it's always showing what other people are doing with their life. Like are they at the club or are they doing this? And I really don't care what other people are doing, but it unconsciously goes into your mind.
I feel like people, if it did disappear, they would have tried to recreate it again. Like they wouldn't want it to be gone. They'd be like, oh shit, it's gone. We have to recreate it somehow. Right?
Yeah, but that's a deep hole that people are going to go down. And I'm pretty sure someone could figure it out. But they would have to logically get past the anxiety rush to get down to where they have to build it.
So I guess what I'm saying is the desire to have it is stronger than, I think, people's desire to disconnect, right?
It's like the equivalent to doing someone with the addict problems.
What?
Someone on that has addiction problems.
Interesting analogy.
Same,
I'm going with
same.
you.
I mean, I've never done. There's people.
Neither have I, nor should anyone.
Yeah, but like the amount of endorphins that people get, the high.
Yeah.
Social media does that every time you flip. It's proven that the endorphins are released.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So like, I'm guaranteeing if someone's going to go out of their way to get a drug on the street, they're going to go out of their way to fix that one fix they need off of social media.
That's a fair point. Plus, if social media, if you went to bed tonight and it disappeared in the morning when you woke up, what would your reaction be? And what do you think society's reaction would be in turn?
I don't think I depend on it as much as I may have in the past. So
you used to?
It's not how I start my day.
Okay. You used to be more addicted to it, or was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
How did you overcome that?
I don't know. ADD. I don't know. Just, it's, yeah, I look at it, but it's just not as vital. Doesn't feel like it's something I need to do.
So for yourself individually, it would not be too much of a change in your life, right? Is that what you're saying?
I would miss it, but it wouldn't be like,
okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be crucial. It wouldn't be like, traumatic.
What do you think society's reaction would be?
Perhaps a little more trauma involved.
Okay.
Emotional, like, what am I going to replace it with?
Do you think like society would collapse? socially?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I just think it's people. It's a bit. It's a happen. I think it's a.
Sorry?
There would be panic initially, and
Yeah.
people would be scared, and there'd be, why,
They would just try to recreate it then, right?
but they would still find ways to connect with people, right? With other.
Well, they would just recreate the systems that were already, they're already there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does that say about us? Where do you feel like it's useful, or do you feel like its detractment outweighs its usefulness?
I think it's useful. I think it has its place.
Right. It has.
I don't think it needs to go away.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel that strongly at all.
Is its utility more important than its actual addictive quality, though?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah, there's good things and bad things about it. So it's new. It's still evolving.
I guess personally, I never felt predicted.
The infancy of it. So
You think we're still in the infancy of it? Where do you think it's going to be heading?
who knows? Who knows? Hopefully better.
You think it's going to become more addictive? If that's even possible.
Who knows? Yeah. Anything's possible.
I'm asking people on social media, okay? And it's kind of a thought experiment, really. If you went to bed tonight and in the morning when you woke up, social media was completely gone, just like it was like never there. People were aware of it existing, but it was just gone. What would your initial response be, and what do you think societies would be in turn?
That's a deep question. Okay, so I think the initial response would be like, I don't know what to do with myself, but I think the society would be like a little bit more peaceful. Like we would like probably connect with nature a little more, or like be out a little more. And
So before it existed, we'd have to go back to there, right?
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. What about yourself? What would your reaction be if it disappeared?
I'd be happy.
Yeah, you'd be free in a way?
I'd be free, yeah. What do
Okay.
you think?
Well, I mean, before we get to me, like, do you guys use it a lot? Social media? No, you don't. You don't.
I do. I love social media.
You love it. What do you like about it?
I just feel like it's fun. So,
Honest? Okay.
yeah.
Do you feel like the negative qualities of it? What do you think those are of social media?
I think just like social media, like I'm thinking TikTok, like doom scrolling, but
Yeah.
so that could be like a time sucking portal or something. But yeah,
Okay.
a cosign.
You co-sign? Okay. Last thing I want to bring up. So I've had people tell me about this issue where the only way to truly connect is to disconnect.
Interesting.
Is that an interesting concept?
I love that.
Okay. Do you think like there's validity to that in any way?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's good to take time. Like that's what I'm saying. I feel like it would initially shock everyone if they didn't have social media, but I feel like it would be the after. Like I feel like after a week, it would be like, oh, okay, we connected a little bit more to something else, or we found something else. Like it's like I feel like we're all adaptable. We would just kind of like connect to like maybe nature, or like do something with such a
I feel like people would just be like, because obviously we have the memory of it. They'd be like, oh, let's just recreate it the same exact way. Let's just remake Instagram. Yeah. I feel like we would just recreate it at this point.
There's no getting rid of it at this point.
If you guys went to bed tonight and when you woke up in the morning, social media was just gone. You still have a memory of it, but it was just gone. What would your initial reaction be, and what do you think societies would be in turn?
I feel like society will be in shambles because them bitches don't know how to live through real life. And the bitches always on the phone. Like, bitch, get active and get in the real world. Like, stop being on your phone so much and preach your real world, you know?
Do you use social media?
Of course, girl. That's why I post my sexy content.
Okay, I mean, would you be happy that it was gone, though?
I wouldn't be happy, but I'd be like, damn, but I wouldn't, like, care that much.
You wouldn't care that much?
No.
Okay. What do you think society's reaction would be?
Society would probably be, like, destroyed because, like, all them, like, weirdos online, they'll be hurt, bitch. It's fun.
Okay, what about you?
I think generally nowadays is that we rely a lot on, social media, and I mean rightfully so. I mean that's where we get all of our information, and like daily updates are usually from social media. But I feel like the world could. I feel like the world would go in shambles. I do agree if there is no social media, but I don't think the world would end per se. I will say.
Do you think that all humanity would do? They would have their initial shock, and all they would do is just recreate it again. They would just make it again, right? That's what they would do, right?
I feel like they would, unless
More people in the world to recreate social media. I feel like future on from now being like there's gonna be years until we're gone and then social media is gonna be advanced to like we really wouldn't know. to be honest. So, yeah.
I talked to a few people earlier, and we kind of reached this consensus of the only way to really connect is to disconnect. Would you guys agree with that?
No key, yes.
Okay.
It's important what the phrase touch grass, because like you really have to connect with people outside of social media, because social media could be fake for real. Honestly, you don't know what people have going on in their lives, and everything could be fake. So it's really good to connect with people like you on a daily basis, like friends, family, like, you know, just to build like ground, like you can feel like connected to actual people.
Sure.
And I will say it's in human nature for us to like adapt. So I feel like if social media was to be gone, and I think like for a couple years-ish, I feel like it would go in shambles, but it's human nature to adapt. So I feel like we'll learn to adapt without it. And if it does get rebrought again, then it does get rebrought again.
Let's go to...
Okay, let's go. It was thank you. It was so lovely talking to you guys.
Sure. If you went to bed tonight and when you woke up in the morning, social media was gone, what would your initial reaction be? And what do you think society's would be?
I think my initial reaction would be it'd be harder to get my makeup out there for people to notice. I think society overall would be better for it. I really like social media. I know how to put it in a place, but I know that it consumes a lot of people.
Okay.
Period.
Do you think that the only way that we can really connect is to disconnect?
I think it's a difficult question because since the dawn of time, people have found ways to distract themselves. Before it was phones, it was books. Like, if they don't want to interact with people, you can't force human interaction. Put it that way.
All these conversations so far have been making me think about is, if you knew something was actively poisoning you, you would stop the source of the poison, right? You'd be like, oh, I want to find out what that is. If they agree that social media is a poison, and if they do, why not stop using it? If you knew something was poisoning you, you would stop. Why does social media get a pass on that, right? If you knew something was actively poisoning you, you would want to know what that poison is and you would stop it, right?
Of course.
Okay. Do you think that social media is a poison?
Oh, of course.
Okay, do you use it currently?
Of course. We all do.
Why use it if it's poison?
That's a good point. I think I use it because I'm an artist, so I get the other side. I'm using it to market to a customer that we do. People use it, do poison to get people to view a product or get them to do something. It's all about propaganda, right? And selling a product. So I get that too. As a consumer of social media, I get it. But now I'm trying to be a creator. So I get that. As a fashion designer, it was kind of the same thing in a weird way because I would use fashion to get someone to buy my product, to consume something as social media does. So it is a poison. Like what's going on right now, it is a poison to make us view a certain point or look at something when they're doing something else. So I feel like it's a distraction. I'm going to go on a tangent, but I do view it as. But we all kind of use it. It's kind of like alcohol, but why do we all drink? Because we feel good. Why do we all use social media? Because we all
I don't drink. I don't
really drink either.
If you went to bed tonight and you woke up in the morning and social media was just gone.
Oh, God, I would love that.
You would love
of course.
But it would upend your livelihood, though, right?
No, I don't. I don't. I mean, I'm a fashion designer for 15 years. I want to use social media full time to promote my own brand. But that's a good thing because I can promote me. But honestly, I think social media it's great we connect, but I think it's caused sometimes more chaos than not. Like AI and social media is where me as an artist need to be like, we need to do our part as humans to be like, hey, like AI in art needs to stop, essentially. Because it's like the consumer doesn't know what's real anymore and what's fake. All this shit. We all give you bullshit. We don't know what's real or not anymore.
Wasn't that something that was permeating social media before AI though? The whole posting all the wins, never the losses.
Oh, of course.
The illusion of success, right? Wasn't that always fakeness kind of there though?
Oh, of course. But I think that's the thing. People want authenticity now. And I was just talking to my friend tonight because they asked me, well, is anybody happy? I said, yeah, I am. They said, why? Because I'm sad. I'm sad because I'm happy. You have to have both entities.
Oh, wow.
And life, we have to be that as life. Social media is great, but I need more people. That's what I want to do, show the realness of what's going on. I'm a trans woman, so me being real and authentic is me being empowered and showing that this is what a queer person is. So to me, it is a tool, it is a weapon, but I want to use it as a tool to show the world this is what trans is. This is what queer is. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, it's a platform for me to show the world. And without social media, I wouldn't have that platform. And if I was young and queer and to have that platform, like to me, Drag Race was my first introduction into the queer world.
Sure.
And if I had someone like me, out of Love and Knows, a trans woman, I'd be like, holy shit, I'm going to be okay too.
Would it be fair to say that same tool has also been used to promote anti-trans stuff, though. It's very powerful in that regard.
Oh my God! And I mean, let's be honest. Transphobia on these, and there's even transphobia in the queer community. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But you mean like interpersonally? I mean like on social media?
yeah, I mean social media too. Well, I mean, RuPaul's Drag Race, I love it, but they've not had. They still cast. They still look at them in realness. Like being trans is not just being a woman. Being queer is like the drag is such a spectrum. Is what I'm saying. So even like RuPaul's Drag Race, which I love, it's still an pointed, curated thing for a consumer.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I'm not going on a tangent, but yes.
That's fine. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, so you would be free though if it was gone, though, right? If social media's gone, you love it.
I mean, because we all do, but I think we have to realize like it's a tool. Again, we all use it to like as our lives, but we have to use it as a tool, like anything in life. You have to limit. Like I was on a deep pool with like TikTok and doom scrolling for ever, and that was in the end of last year with all the election. So I'm in therapy. My therapist asked me, okay, what are you gonna do to be empowered? I said, that's it, be empowered. Get out of my bedroom, be on the streets, come out, showing what trans is. So, and you're also like, yes, it's a tool, but it's still an outlet for people to see real people's stories, which I think is beautiful.
Okay.
In a weird way.
All right.
I ran on a tangent.
So if you went to bed tonight, and when you woke up in the morning, you reached for your phone by the wherever, and you're like, oh shit, all the apps are gone. And you go to the app store, they're not there. You go to the internet, you're like, hey, what happened to Instagram? And they're like, oh, it's worldwide, a psychosis occurred where all the social media has disappeared. What would your reaction be, aside from what I just outlaid to you? And what do you think society would be doing in turn?
So I think the first week would be weird. It'd be like...
Just the first week?
The first week, well, perhaps longer. It would be weird. There'd be a lack of communication. But personally, what I felt like social media has done has given me such a negative outlook on myself and society. So I think the first week would be weird because I'm not going to see what my friends are up to, or family members. But I think after a month, I think people would get used to it. So, and the experience I had, I went into a game show. I had my phone taken away from me for a week. And I had no access to social media and anything. And I'll tell you what, I wasn't so, what's the word? Where you don't interact?
Isolated?
Isolated. One more, you don't like interacting with people. I'm
Hermit?
I guess, but it's that word. I went out and I started talking to people face to face, and it gave me a better opinion on people. I wasn't so judgmental. I didn't walk up to people and automatically think the worst. And because they don't have like their social media page, I didn't automatically think of them as a person based on their followers, the pictures they posted.
Or their value, no, so much.
Exactly.
Their value is on that.
And it was the fact that I talked to that person face value, and those people were giving me respect, so I instantly went, you're a good person.
So would you agree that social media is a poison?
I would. 100% would agree.
Do you use it currently?
I do.
Why use it then?
Funny, I like to send memes to my girlfriend. And I deleted Instagram. I was like, I'm done with this. All that shit's so poison. And I was like, I want to keep in touch with the NFL. Yeah.
We don't want Sam.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, oh, wait. What's happening with Michael Parsons? Whatever. And literally, that's why I was like, I want to see that. So there is like there is incentives to get back onto it. But if that was taken away, you can't have access to that. I think that'd be so much better for our society as a whole.
I mean, that's a little different than what I proposed, but when I asked other people earlier, the idea that it'd just be gone, all it would do is just create a vacuum that would just be remade, right? Because we all have memory of it. The people that made it are still alive. Maybe not the progenitors of it, but the people that are actively coding, they would just recreate it. So it would come back. So I guess the true emancipation from it would have to be like Men in Black, zapped, just to have no memory of it. But I guess we would still make it.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying ultimately, at least for my part, is do you think that the only true way to connect is to disconnect?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I guess in that term, yes. If you could recreate social media there'd be something new the next day if social media was taken away that day. But I think we have become disconnected, and we have all these parasocial relationships with people that we don't know. We create such judgments, and we literally hate people we don't know. We literally could see someone on the internet and be like, oh, he's having a better life than me. He must be a loser. I hate him. That's where I'm kind of getting at it. But yes, what you said, I think we'd be way more connected. We'd be more connected with our neighbors. We'd be more connected with our community. We'd be connected with just social things put into place.
People admit that it's a poison, right? And we still use it. And that includes me. I'm not above this. Why, though? You know, I'm there, and I can, pluck out reasons. I mean, I'll just speak for myself. I mean, I use it because it's my livelihood, and I feel like it gives me value, or at least the appearance of value. But is that a good enough reason? I'm not thoroughly convinced that it is. I'm not. So, and I guess that would probably be the same for most people, is they use it because it gives them value, whereas maybe they feel like they wouldn't have it if it didn't exist. And I guess maybe challenging that in ourselves would probably be a better case for having it if we're more honest with it. I don't know. It's a complicated thing, because I myself can't even say with any degree of certainty that I would ever stop using it. I don't think I could at this point. What does that say about me? If you went to bed tonight and when you woke up in the morning, you reached for your phone and you went to go, check your social media, whatever of choice that is, and it was just gone. And then, upon further investigation, you found out that every social media platform was just wiped off the face of the planet.
Okay.
Collectively, it's just gone. What would your initial reaction be? And what do you think societies would be?
I don't think I would care, because I feel like social media has destroyed society.
How?
I think that nothing is taken seriously anymore. And sometimes that's okay, but other times it's like, okay, like, like people's health and safety are at risk sometimes. I think the world would probably collapse. A lot of people wouldn't have jobs, for one. So that might be an issue. That's not really my situation, but I think that would be a problem for a lot of influencers, YouTubers, TikTokers, and things like that. So I don't know.
Do we need them? Seriously, like I'm actually asking. That includes me, by the way.
I don't think that we need some of them. I think I like to think about...
Which ones don't we need?
I think that I think about influencers, like people who are influential in, like, on internet in an educational way and not always an entertainment way, which both are valuable, but
okay,
there's a line, and I think it's been skewed.
Okay. Do you feel like all it would do was just there'd be the initial shock, and then all it would do was just bring it back like in a vacuum, even stronger than before?
How would it come back?
Well, all the people that made social media, besides like maybe the early progenitors, they're all still alive. They would just recreate it. They'd recode it. They would just put up the websites again.
Berg and all the rest of them?
Sure.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's the problem.
So, I mean, so that kind of cyclical thing that even though it's removed, we would still want it back, right?
Well, we would want it back because we've had it already.
Okay.
So is it a world that we've had it already, now it's taken away?
Yeah, that's the circle. That's the circle.
I think people would go crazy, yeah. People would probably, burn buildings and riot and screaming cry.
Would you agree that it's a poison?
Yes, I would.
So why do people keep using it?
Because it's an addiction. So just like an addict is going to use alcohol or drugs or whatever their addiction is.
It was made to be addictive, right?
100%. Yeah. 100%.
So how do
people need they get validation from it, and which is also addictive.
It provides like value to yourself.
So, not to myself, but to the people who are into that.
Have you ever used it to make yourself feel valuable?
No.
How did you manage to skirt around that? A lot of people haven't, including myself.
So it was a part of my job for a long time, and then the pandemic happened, and then it wasn't I didn't have that job anymore, and then I didn't have to use social media. So the pandemic kind of really changed my view of how to use social media and like what it's for.
Okay.
So I don't use it for that anymore. I use it just for like my own self, like and like my people around me. If other people see it, great, fine. I'm not seeking that out any longer.
So, last question, I promise. Would you agree that the only way to connect is to disconnect?
Yes, 100%.
Well, so disconnecting
Put
from
your phone down, face up, face down, however you do it. Put it on airplane mode, do not disturb, whatever you have to do. Leave your phone alone. Read a book. I don't know. Walk in nature. Touch grass, bitch. Like, I don't know. There's things you can do if you want to do it.
Okay. So, I mean, you would agree then that it is a poison.
I wouldn't say that it is a poison necessarily, but something we should choose to take breaks from and data so that we can be more connected to each other in person, because you can't fight against it. It's going to be around, you know.
Okay. So it's just it's individual responsibility at the end of the day.
Yes, and it's also a matter of adaptability. So if you want to be able to thrive and exist, you need to take a break from the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to see social media banned?
Maybe in the future, yeah.
What do you think that would look like if we did ban it?
If we banned social media in the future, again, I keep going back to the topic of like community, is how can we all meet in person to support each other and to help each other, you know? Like,
okay.
A lot of people don't know how to grow crops. A lot of people don't know how to take care of themselves. Yeah, and but you can learn it with people, you know? And I think that once we stop trying to think that we're having an individual experience and we're actually having a global conscious experience, that's when things will really start to change.
Well, there we go. We got a nice cross-section of opinions. A lot of people settled on pretty much around the idea that social media is indeed poison. But everyone has also agreed that it's, you know, with some very slight variation, that it was also something they're not willing to give up, either by choice or because it was too valuable. But they admit that it is harmful. So we find ourselves at the crossroads that we started at the video, which is kind of the way it goes with a lot of these things. It's not good for me, but I still do it. Why? And that includes me. I think we need to really take a hard look in the mirror about what social media means to us individually and collectively. And I think a lot of people do. But I think just resting the responsibility just on individual responsibility is not enough. I think that's where it starts. But I think then we have to also look at the people that make it, that curate it, because it's designed to be that way, that you can't let it go. And I am aware, in the closing moments of this video, the irony that I'm putting this very content on the social media apps that I'm questioning, that I'm, you know, this very video is about. So it's not lost on me that I myself have a lot of questions I need to ask myself, but hopefully this video brought some interesting places in your mind. The thought experiment was valuable in some way, and it certainly gave me a lot to think about. I'll see you guys in the next one.